Hello my friends, today's a blueberry picking day. Oh, look at these ginormous berries. It's amazing what the sun does to the sugar level in these things. Fully packed with antioxidants and vitamins. Just an awesome berry. I was gonna show you around and see how the berries are doing and how they're producing after a good prune job and what it looks like. So I'll give you a little tour around here. Well, there you go. Here's the first row, first bush. And these are, I have many different varieties, and as sad as it is, I wasn't keeping track of what varieties I have, but there are many from medium size to large berry variations, and it's actually really good to have different varieties that bloom at the same time in your blueberry patch that you're growing, and it makes a lot more crop with the pollination between, or cross-pollinating between the varieties. But yeah, it's a lot of berries. So a lot of them are mostly ripe now. Here's some new growth. Here's these, so heavy that they can't stand upright. But there's just a lot of berries on them. When you remove the berries, the bush will go back up. I just don't want to go through and tie them all up everywhere. It's another younger blueberry bush. Also has a lot of berries. It's another one. Yeah, they're all loaded. These are all the smaller ones, and let's start getting into some bigger ones. We had 113-degree weather this summer. That was our highest. And some of the berries right there have dried up on the tips. Not all, but they're just dry. Turn into kind of raisins. Just extreme heat. Some of the leaves, well, the leaves that are torn up, that's from the hail that we had earlier in May. So that's from the hailstorm. All this damage right there. It just like pounded all the leaves and whatever berries were on it. And then we had extreme heat, a record for this year, or a record in general, 113 in Washington. So that's what happened. They dried up, but most of them are okay. These are yet to still get colored. So next one, some dry ones from the heat, and then a bunch of healthy ones. So every one of these bushes are producing really good berries. So a lot of berries, super sweet. This is full clusters of ripe berries. So much blue. So much weight on all these blueberry bushes. Just a whole ton of berries. It seems like when you're pruning that you think you're removing a lot of flowers, but not really, because these look like grape clusters hanging everywhere. That's crazy. It's a lot of blueberries. They're pretty good. These are like the medium-sized ones. Almost big as a nail, I guess. Thumbnail. A whole ton of berries. So everything, almost all the bushes are just loaded. It's all blue. Just loaded with berries. Just like a full branch of berries. So heavy, they're just falling down. Yeah, these are all the bigger bushes. Just loaded. Everything's loaded. Yeah. It's all blue. It's a whole ton of berries. We'll skip a few rows. It's like berries everywhere. skip down to, because everything looks very similar and just full of berries. My gosh, there's so many berries. It's like pulling all the bushes apart from all the weight. You see how they're all bent down. In a sense, this is good that they actually open up like this, because then it allows the sun to penetrate down into the center of the bush, into the stump itself, and it produces good new shoots for next year. So there's a lot of new growth that comes up. So yeah, everything is just loaded with berries. And I was going to show you these. This is actually a new plant. This is the blueberry. It's a large one too, large variety. So new planting this year. And these are the ones that I've pruned that weren't growing almost at all. I cut the canes out, so I got a bunch of new growth now. This one, that one. They only had a few new canes that were growing there, but now pruning them down, possibly rejuvenate them. And we'll see how they do a little later. So there's a bunch of new growth that I put in, but we had some excessive heat a little earlier, and then some of them got a little bit of dryness, but they're all coming back. Just way too hot. Plus I do have the black material, which makes it even hotter. You know, not good for blueberries, but thank God it was a short period of time. But either way, being this small still produces a lot of good berries. Really good, really delicious. So they'll produce a lot of good fruit as long as you prune them. If you don't prune them, they kind of stop growing actually. So and blueberries everywhere. So it's good to see new growth from the blueberry. Some weeds, I'll pull them off. I'll have to pull this one out a little later. It's gonna get intertwined into the roots, but other than that, pretty clean, pretty healthy. So here's all the new shoots, because now there's sun exposure. It gets to grow new shoots. There's a whole new bush right there. And this one being heavy with fruit hangs right here. Actually quite large berries. Yeah, so don't be afraid to plant them. They grow just fine. So yeah, my name is John, and we grow to learn. Just keep learning as we grow. Take care. See you in a new video.